Election day is approaching and voters should plan on casting their ballots soon. The controversy continues over the Eyes of Texas leaving no band at this past week's home game. And find out how you can stay safe but still have a fun Halloween. Reporting Texas TV starts now. Good evening and welcome to Reporting Texas TV. I'm Stephanie Witt in Austin. Early voting for the 2020 presidential election ends this Friday. Governor Greg Abbott extended the early voting period by 6 days this year due to the coronavirus pandemic. Texas voting habits have been shifting over the years as more voters choose to vote early rather than on Election Day. In 2016, 73% of voters cast their ballots early and 26% voted on Election Day. Texas has already received over 90% of the votes counted in the 2016 election. Early voting began on October 13th and will run till Friday. Election Day is November 3rd. 4 Texas counties broke records this week in early voter turnout. Williams and Hayes, Bastrop, and now Travis County surpassed its 2016 voter turnout. On Wednesday, the Travis County Clerk Office confirmed it recorded more than 17,000 votes in person and by mail than 4 years ago. As you see, that's 57% turnout now compared to 65% in 2016. Experts credit the increase in voter participation this year to the population explosion in the counties. Judge Amy Coney Barrett was sworn into the Supreme Court on Tuesday morning. Barrett filled the vacant seat of Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who died in September. This is the 3rd seat President Trump has filled. Barrett's confirmation was criticized for taking place weeks before the election. With her confirmation, fears about the status of cases such as Roe v. Wade have arisen. Barrett spoke at her swearing-in ceremony at the White House.
It's a privilege to be asked to serve my country in this office, and I stand here tonight truly honored and humbled.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton released a statement on Tuesday congratulating Barrett. The Supreme Court session started earlier this month and will end in late June. After a backlash from advocates, Texas social workers will no longer be able to turn away LGBTQ clients or clients with disability. On Tuesday, a state board reversed a change to the Texas Code of Conduct that removed protections for sexual orientation, gender identity, and disability. The change was made after a recommendation from Governor Greg Abbott's office. According to Abbott's office, the change was suggested because the board's non-discrimination clause went beyond protections laid out in the state law governing how and when the state may discipline social workers. A Change.org petition is collecting signatures to keep the Eyes of Texas as UT's alma mater, after a survey found that some students disapprove of it. Bismarck Andino has the story.
As cheerful crowds gather at the DKR Stadium over the weekend, another group gathered at Canes and Naples to support keeping the Eyes of Texas as the university's song.
I went to University of Texas 20 years ago, and I feel the same way about it now as I did then. And it would be a shame to start ripping down our foundation now in a time that is so divisive when the University of Texas is so unifying.
The gathering aimed to collect signatures to show university leadership that others support their decision in keeping the song. But some students believe the school prioritizes finances over the well-being of its students.
People have been for decades been telling you that this is something that harms students. I don't even understand why you would want that with your brand or want that associated with your university. I don't think that's something that can be repurposed or rebanded to cause unity, because it only causes division.
Earlier this year, some football players asked for the song to be replaced with a new one that doesn't have racist undertones. Some of the players even posted on social media asking the university to lift the requirements for athletes to sing the song after the game. However, after the win against Baylor, all the players stayed on the field. Students like Josh Madden came out in support of playing the song because it reminds him of UT football and what the school stands for.
I mean, all my life, I've never seen it in a bad context. I've never learned it that way, or it's never taught to me that way. I just think it's all about school spirit.
So far, the petition has collected more than 15,000 signatures, and Jenny says they'll keep it going as long as they can.
It's been amazing to see so many names come in from across the state, across the country, some even across the world, men, women, all different ages, to show their support for this issue. And we love to see their comments, and we love to see people throw in their support in the different ways that they can.
Bismarck Andino, reporting Texas TV.
President Jay Hartzell said in a statement that the song will continue to be played at UT sporting events and that he hopes that people will find ways to join together around the song. There was no school band, but the song still played. The UT football team stood unified as they stayed together on the field during the Eyes of Texas after their win over Baylor. After the OU game and the first 2 home games, some players left the field without staying for the song. The Texas football coach says the team remains together.
It shows that we're unified as a team, that this team is not fractured despite what's happened the last couple weeks. We know we got a lot of football left to play, and that locker room is really together. They love each other, they play for each other, and I'm really, really proud of them.
UT President Jay Hartzell said Wednesday the song will be played at official school events without the UT band performing it. Students across campus are getting text messages from the UT Student Foundation to help other Longhorns in need. Currently, 1 in 3 students have unmet financial needs and 1 in 4 struggle with food insecurity. To mitigate these issues, students and staff are asking for your help in reaching out to 1,000 people who can contribute by Saturday.
Especially right now when things are just kind of hard, things are difficult, you see a lot of people struggling. And so it's important to get involved and to give back and to just feel like you're a part of something.
$10 donation, it might not be much to me, but it does help get someone who is in need those resources that aren't necessarily provided by tuition.
The donations will help fund UT's food pantry, the student emergency services, and the counseling and mental health center. For more information on how to donate, visit hornraiser.utexas.edu. At least 6 dorm rooms were burglarized at UT's San Jacinto Residence Hall this past Sunday. The day before, UTPD had responded to 1 report of a burglary in the same residence hall. These burglaries come just weeks after a string of several aggravated robberies in West Campus. UT Police is reminding students to lock their dorm rooms when they leave. UTPD is actively investigating the incident. Thousands marched around the world to protest Nigeria's Special Anti-Robbery Squad, or SARS. In Austin, UT students helped organize protests to bring awareness. Alyssa Crosby has the story.
End SARS! UT students and Austinites took to the streets to protest SARS. According to Amnesty International, SARS officers have tortured or executed more than 80 Nigerians over the last 3 years. The catalyst for recent protests was an October 3rd video that appeared to show SARS officers killing a man in Ughelli.
Now! End SARS now! End SARS now!
UT's African Student Organization helped organize the Austin protest, marching from Gregory Gym to the state capitol and back.
We often, as Texas ASL, we often celebrate and we post about the African culture, and we celebrate the African culture here, and we try to bring those roots. But it would be hypocritical if we didn't also speak out on the negatives.
Dominique Lavigny didn't know much about the situation in Nigeria, but when her roommate texted her about the Austin protest, she knew she had to go.
To me, it was really important to reach out and participate in this protest because, even though I'm not Nigerian, I know a lot of Nigerian people, and issues that matter to them also matter to me.
Celebrities and politicians have come out in support of protesters in recent days. However, some have questioned the impact such demonstrations and support will have on the situation in Nigeria.
You can't look at other people experiencing the same things as you and then that doesn't concern me. Because imagine if people have the same attitude towards us.
Protests show no sign of slowing down.
It sucks that it took this much to get this attention, but I'm very glad it's happening because it's much needed reform needs to happen.
Alyssa Crosby, reporting Texas TV.
According to the Migration Policy Institute, Texas has the highest number of Nigerian-born residents in the U.S., with about 40,000 people. COVID-19 numbers are headed in the wrong direction. Case numbers rose to the highest level since August. Over 5,000 new cases were reported on Wednesday, with 105 deaths statewide. Nearly 6,000 Texans are hospitalized due to COVID-19. Harris County leads the state with nearly 8,000 new cases in the past 14 days. As COVID-19 numbers rise, many are coming up with creative ways to stay safe this Halloween. Alternatives range from virtual Halloween events to candy shoots and drive-through entertainment. Others are leaving goodie bags outside of their doors for trick-or-treaters. The CDC warns that traditional Halloween masks are no substitute for cloth masks. For more information on how you can stay safe this holiday season, visit cdc.gov. Thanks for watching. Don't forget you could check out Reporting Texas TV for the latest news from around Austin and the state. I'm Stephanie Witt, and from us at Reporting Texas TV, good night.